I've been living in Albania now for over 3 months. Can you believe it? And today I'm going to be giving a review of my experience, what I think about the country, will I be staying here, and yeah, just my general impressions of living here so far. So it's currently very noisy in the neighborhood. Oh, nice. Just throwing away some glass. So I've been living here, obviously before this I lived here multiple times over the last 2 years. It's only recently that I actually decided to move here full-time and live here full-time. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the timing that I actually came here. My timing was both great and not so great at the same time. The reason why it was great is because obviously the visa application process and stuff like that has been taking some time. Officially kind of made the application midway through November. It's currently towards the end of February, so I'm literally, anyway, I don't need to explain where I am. Yeah, like I said, I made the application midway through November. It's currently towards the end of February, and essentially I should get the residency around April time, because my temporary residence expires towards the end of March, which is great because if I get it in April, that means that during winter time I can actually go to Southeast Asia and I don't have to renew my visa whilst I'm out of the country. So in terms of that timing, it's great, but in terms of the weather, let me tell you something. I will not be spending another winter here in Albania. It's not gonna happen. It has been cold, a lot colder than I expected, especially in February, and yeah, it's just so boring. Like, I'm the type of person that I like to wake up early, get all my work done throughout the day, and then have the evening to just go out and enjoy, whether that's going to a restaurant, I don't know, going for a walk, whatever it may be. But I like to be able to go out in the evening. Now, when it's cold in the evening, I do not want to go out because I don't want to freeze. It just makes me want to stay at home, you know. It was kind of like that in the UK. I wouldn't leave my house because it was just cold all the time. I didn't want to go out. On occasion, obviously, I would, but I wouldn't really enjoy it because it was cold. So, yeah, I think that's like that biggest downside of the timing. Obviously, I had to kind of stay here because of the application process and all this kind of stuff. I didn't know when I needed what, so I couldn't just leave and then something comes up and then I have to come back all the way from Southeast Asia. Like, that wouldn't have been a smart move, you know, even though it would have led to me living in better weather over the course of this kind of winter period. Now, in terms of like everything else living in Albania, the best way for me to describe it is like it's just like any other country. Like, there's no difference. I've been to so many at this point and they're all the same. Like, it's just people living their lives and they're getting on with it. Like, they just wake up in the morning throughout the week, go to work, and on the weekends people go out and enjoy themselves. Like, it's literally the same thing as in every country that I've been to, you know. Obviously there's cultural differences and all that kind of stuff, and depending on what type of culture you like, it might be a good fit for you, it might not. For me, it's perfect. I was born in this type of culture, you know, respecting everybody and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, it's not really a culture shock. I literally grew up in a household where the culture was pretty much like the same. And then in terms of obviously spending, now I did make a video about how I spend like 1,750 euros a month living here. I actually spend less, and maybe I'll make a video breakdown of how that works one day. But yeah, I mean, if I account for like all my expenses, I'm really only spending like slightly over £1,000 a month. So Yeah, I mean, it's so cheap here compared to the UK and obviously a lot of other Western countries as well. And then in terms of other stuff, what else can I talk about? So I think as a base, Albania is probably the best option in Europe right now. Now, with any kind of place that you go to, any country you live in, you're gonna have pros and cons. Even somewhere like Dubai, which is like the hottest kind of place to be right now, there's downsides to it. Like, for example, during summertime, people have to go somewhere else for 4 or 5 months of the year because it's just too hot. That's going to be the case no matter where you go. Like, even if you wanted to go to Thailand, for example, you can't live in, I mean, you can live in Thailand, obviously, more than 6 months of the year, but then you've got the issue of you have to pay tax there, which is newly introduced. So there's always these things that you have to think about, which makes it less than ideal in any place to spend more than 7 or 8 months in any place around the world. In some cases, just 6 months. So you can't spend more than 6 months in a lot of places around the world. So I've got this in my head. Like, for me, this is kind of like a chapter of my life where Albania just fits the criteria. It just makes sense in this moment in time. That could change. They could change the tax law tomorrow, and Albania will go from being my #1 preferred option in Europe to I'm moving to Southeast Asia at that point, or something like that, you know. So it could change, and I think this old mindset of I'm gonna go one place and I'm gonna live there for the rest of my life, that used to work well when there wasn't so much change. Obviously now with AI and new technology and all this kind of stuff, and the world is moving at a faster and faster rate, and everything is changing so quickly. So you have to be able to adapt. You can't just, at least for me, I'm not gonna be in the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna live here for the rest of my, no. I've come here, I'm gonna stay here for a year, see how it is, see how I like it. Gonna stay here maybe for 2 years, see how it is, see how I like it. Whether or not I like the lifestyle here 7, 8 months of the year, and then 4 months somewhere else. If I like it, I'll stay. If they don't change the tax laws, I'll stay. But this is the beautiful thing about not relying on a location to make money, because it gives you the freedom to be able to go out and live anywhere you want to. You're not tied to one location. And that is the beauty of it. And that gives you a lot of options and a lot of freedom. Now, in terms of my overall experience here, I would say, I would just bring it back to the point of what I said, which is everywhere is the same. If you actually think about it, people are people, they go to work, and they live their lives. Everybody is trying to survive, everybody is trying to be happy. That is basically how you can summarize it across the entire planet. And yeah, in terms of other stuff, I think how I could improve my time here is by meeting other digital nomads. I haven't actually met a lot that are from other countries. Yeah, just being more involved. But obviously I'm waiting for summertime to do all that kind of stuff, because I literally just don't want to go out in the winter. So I think it's more to do with the weather than anything else. Obviously I'm building a community as well of digital nomads around the world. So yeah, as that grows, and obviously as my social media profiles grow as well, I think that will bring about more networking opportunities. Get to know more people. Obviously the more people you know as well in life, the more opportunities you're going to have, the more kind of the most simple thing is, like, for example, if I'm going to Thailand at the end of the year every winter, if I knew 3 other guys that are kind of doing the same thing as me and they have the ability to travel as well, we can just rent a villa for like a month, 2 months, whatever, and just enjoy that kind of lifestyle, you know. So yeah, I think the goals for me is #1 is just continue to focus on my business and grow that. Secondly is to build a strong network. I want to build a strong network in Albania. Obviously, social media stuff is helping with that. It's just putting my face out there, you know, and yeah, I get recognized on the street now, so it's funny. It's really funny. And then the other goal is just to be able to obviously continue doing this, as it's kind of like a hobby. I do have some plans on how I can kind of take it to that next level, but it would require a lot of time dedication, which I'm not going to dedicate right now because I need to prioritize the business. But yeah, I mean, there's infinite upside, you know. I'm in a very lucky position. I understand that, and I'm gonna make the most of it, you know. But yeah, my time in Albania, I think overall, I made a good decision moving here. I could have moved to Dubai as well. The two realistic options were either move to Dubai or move to Albania. If I had moved to Dubai, I think it would have literally been the most uncomfortable period of my life, because I mean, I'm spending £1,000 a month, give or take, here in Albania, and in Dubai I would have to spend double or triple that amount to live the same lifestyle. No, at least triple to live the same lifestyle, maybe even 4 times the amount. So yeah, if I was spending the same budget in Dubai, I would be broke, like yeah. So it would have been an interesting challenge. I decided to go with Albania. Obviously we'll never be able to know which one the right choice was. Life doesn't really work like that. You just have to make the choice and then see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see. Dubai is still kind of on the table. Obviously the fact that they introduced the 9% corporation tax makes it less of an attractive option, for sure. But it's still an option that's there, you know. If not, even during summertime, you know, I think British citizens have a 30-day visa that they can actually go to and live in Dubai, or visit Dubai, not live there. So I can always take advantage of that once a year as well, if I wanted to, and just go for a month, just network with people, connect with people. And yeah, apart from that, I mean, in terms of what would be next after Albania, I don't know. That's the beauty of this lifestyle. It's got an element of spontaneity to it. It's kind of unknown, because I don't know until it comes a point where they change the tax law here. I will not be looking into where I'm about to go next. As soon as they change it, within the first 24 hours, I would have decided where I'm going next, and I will leave within 1 week as soon as they announce that, and way much before it comes into effect. I will leave the country, because that is one of the biggest points that attracted me to this country, coupled with all the other stuff. But that was the biggest kind of selling point that the country has at this moment in time. Obviously this is not tax advice, this is my own personal situation based on lawyers that I've asked, and they've given me feedback and all that kind of stuff, and my own research as well. So don't take my situation and it's going to apply to your. It doesn't work like that. You need to get feedback from professionals. You need to get advice from professionals, from lawyers and accountants, based on your specific situation. So don't come here expecting to pay 0 tax and then somehow you have to pay tax and then blame it on me, because that's not how this works, okay? If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're a smart human being and you can do your own research, and you can contact the right professionals to get the right advice to make sure that your situation is good for you. You know, I handled my situation. You need to handle your situation. So with that being said, I think Albania is the #1 option in Europe right now. It really is. I'm really looking forward to the summer months where I can kind of have a bit more fun, go out, explore the south a bit more, explore the north, because I haven't yet. So yeah, there's a lot here to do. I'm excited to explore the country, excited to meet more people here, make new friends here, and yeah, just continue living here for the next year or two, and then from there we can see what the next steps are going to look like and go from there. thanks for watching this video. Bit of a different one. I usually walk around, show you the city. I did actually make a video yesterday, but I didn't want to post it. It's not the direction I want to kind of take my channel in. So if you like this video, then make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos of my experiences traveling around in the future. And apart from that, I'll see you on the next one.